Welcome to another edition of Books and Beyond, Spotlight on Bossard Library. In today's edition, we will talk about all the wonderful programs we have lined up for this summer for our annual summer reading program. Hello and welcome to Bossard Books and Beyond. Today I am so pleased to be able to share with you about our summer reading program and many programs we have for all ages over the next several months at your local library. We're going to start today and talk a little bit about summer reading. And every year we have an annual summer reading program for children and teens to encourage them to continue reading throughout the summer months. We know that children and teens can drop back reading levels if they don't continue reading during those months that they're out of school. And so we as the library want to provide incentives for your children and teens to be reading all summer long. Now this year's theme, as you'll see here, is a universe of stories. And you'll see a common theme this year in a lot of the programs we're having is everything space related. So what we'll do here on a Universe of Stories is kids ages 2 to 12, we are asking that you read 25 books during the summer. If you're too young to read, it's fine if parent, guardian, aunt, uncle, babysitter actually reads to the child for credit for these books. Now for every 5 books that are read, the child will receive a small prize while supplies last. Now, once 25 books, that level is reached, there'll be a large prize. But after you earn your large prize, you can continue to earn prizes for every 5 books read. So again, this is for ages 2 to 12. Now, for our teens, age 13 through 19, we're asking you to read 8 books. The reason that's less in number is it stands to reason that our teens will read books a larger quantity of pages, larger quantity of material there. So 8 books, and our teens will earn a small prize for every 4 books read. And then after you've reached 8 books, you'll receive your large prize. And so again, this is an incentive to continue reading and picking up where you left off when you finish the school year, and maybe even reaching higher levels of reading as the summer months go along. So that's our annual summer reading program. And again, this year, a universe of stories, all things space related. Speaking of space and some of the programs we have coming up, it's really important to remember that we have our teens coming up, our Galaxie party coming up on June the 4th. And another thing about summer reading as you're thinking about these type of programs and what books you may want to read, remember that all books should be borrowed from the library, Ohio Digital Library or Hoopla Digital, and you have until August 3rd to read those books. So back to our Teen Summer Club Galaxie Party. This will be on June 4th at 2, and we encourage our teens to dress like an alien. We will have games. You'll be able to create a galaxy jar and craft a moon painting. And we want you to dress in an alien costume. If you don't have that, that's fine. Don't let that be a deterrent for you coming. Now these events I'm speaking of are free and open to the public for our teens ages 13 through 19. Our Teen Galaxie Party. And speaking of our teens, we have a Teen Summer Club, which will meet throughout the summer months, and we have lots of great activities planned for teens throughout the summer. And we're going to talk about another one of those programs here a little later in the program. But remember, June 4th is that first teen kickoff to our summer club for our Galaxie Party. Now on June 10th, we are very pleased to bring, as we have for several years in the past here, we have brought Mr. Puppet to Gallia County. And again, going with our Universe of Stories theme, here you will see pictured Mr. Puppet. He's a very fun-loving guy. This is for all ages, and again, free to those in our community. And Mr. Puppet will present storytelling, sing-alongs. He does magic, and there's a lot of audience participation with Mr. Puppet. So I very much would recommend that you and the family come out 10 o'clock that day. Now you'll see as we go through the different times of some of our programs, some will be evening times, some are during the day. We really try, some on the weekends, we really try to run the gamut there, so we have a large variety of times so people that their schedules and working and sports and whatnot can make it to some of our programs. All right, speaking of our Teen Summer Club, I mentioned that they're meeting June the 4th. They'll meet again on June 11th, and this will be our movie afternoon for our teens as part of our Teen Summer Club. And we have fun snacks at these events, and we'll have an interactive screening of Ready Player One on this June 11th session of our Teen Summer Club. Remember, this is for ages 13 through 19. And again, we do have fun. We have snacks. Usually a lot of times at these teen summer clubs, we have crafts. And this particular time, it's our movie matinee. They're at 2 on June 11th. So you'll be able to cheer on your favorite heroes and have a lot of fun with this interactive screening of Ready Player One. All right, continuing with our summer reading theme, we just believe that animals are out of this world, and what families out there and what children do not love interacting with animals. And so we are going to bring the Barker Family Petting Zoo to the library. Now you'll recall we have a lot more grounds now that we were able to secure the library parking lot that I've spoken about on some of my visits here. But the Barker Farm will be here on June 13th from 11 to 2. They do encourage petting of the animals. So this is a petting zoo coming to your Galaxie County Library. And you'll see here listed on the graphic the many variety of animals that we're going to have at the Barker Farm visit. Llama, camel, wallaby, all kinds, goats, all kinds of different animals. So this will be a great family event. And again, that's June 13th from 11 to 2 as part of our summer reading program. And again, these events are all free and open to the public, okay? So make sure at that Barker Family Farm visit you bring your cell phone or camera so you can take selfies with some of the animals. That would be fun. All right. Now, on some of my visits here, I've spoken to you about Story Walk. And Story Walk is a great initiative. We partnered with the local French art colony to be able to provide Story Walk. It's not an original idea of our library. There were some librarians in the state of Vermont who came up with this idea, and we just capitalized on it by bringing Story Walk to Galaxie County. So at the French Art Colony, located at 530 First Avenue in Galaxie, we have Story Walk. And this month for May, as we're getting here toward the end, very much the end of May, the featured story in honor of Memorial Day is Rolling Thunder by Kate Messner. And again, you'll see here on the right the photo of the grounds of the French Art Colony. And we try several times a year, probably anywhere from 7 to 9 times a year, we change out the story on Story Walk. And so these are outside framed pages of the story, and you walk frame to frame with your family or just by yourself if you're out for a stroll, and read the story as you go along while enjoying the gardens of the French Art Colony. So it's a great partnership we have with them to promote not only literacy, but getting people on the grounds and gardens of that local venue as well. So look for not only the May title, but ones we have coming up as well. Part of our summer reading program also is helping our adults in the community with different things they might need assistance with. And we've had this program before, and we will repeat it. It's the USDA Rural Development Program for those who need assistance with housing and maybe some housing repairs. And so the USDA will be at the library. We have a representative will be coming there on Wednesday, June 19th from 9:30 to 4:30. We'll be pleased to have Julia Wood there. She's an area specialist with the USDA Rural Development, and she's going to be available for these one-on-one consultations regarding home ownership, not only the opportunities to secure loans for those who maybe have a hard time doing that due to low income. She'll also talk about home repair loans and grants offered by the federal government. So these opportunities are available through the 502 and 504 programs that the government provides. Now, if you're not able to attend that day, when the USDA representative is here, you can call the library and we'll provide a phone number that you can directly contact Julia Wood to get the assistance that you may need. Sometimes some of our programs might not mesh with your schedule, and we want to make sure that you're able to get that phone number to get the help that you may need. And again, we've offered that program before. It's been successful, so we want to offer that again for those that may meet those eligibility requirements for home loan or home repairs through the USDA. Okay, another summer reading program we have, and I'm really excited about this one. We have a space painter coming to Bossard Library. And you may be wondering, what is a space painter? Well, Tom Sparrow will be at the library on June 19th. Again, free and for all ages. So this is a comedy and a laughter show, all around a space theme. He'll do juggling, and we're going to look at all the different things he may juggle. Will he juggle clubs, hats, plates, scarves, chairs? What all will he juggle that day? So make sure you come to this exciting, action-packed program, again on June 19th at 11 a.m. at Bossard Library in Galaxie. Free and open to the public. We're very fortunate that we have a lot of these entertainers who open up their schedules for summer reading programs and visit all around the country, and we're very fortunate to have them here in Galaxie County as we celebrate all things space in a fun and entertaining yet educational program. So make sure you mark your calendar now for the Space Painter. They'll be coming to Galaxie County. Another program we're really excited to offer is Mr. C, and I think we have a graphic of Mr. C. Now he looks like a lot of fun, and we're really fortunate because Mr. C is a PBS digital innovator for Ohio. So he does have ties with our public broadcasting service, and he focuses on STEAM, that's science, technology, engineering, art, and math. So he's going to do these awesome, astounding science experiments. They're singing, laughing, learning with the audience. Again, all tied to our space theme. Science is fun with Mr. C. So as you can see here, he looks like a lot of fun. So I really encourage you to come out to this on June 20th at 2 at the library. Fun for the whole family and community, all ages. All right. Now, in the past, we've had great success at the library with some of our paranormal programs or local history programs, and we believe this program coming up here will be no exception, as we're going to welcome Seth Breedlove and Jeff Walmsley, who are both affiliated in some ways, different ties with the Mothman. And so we know we're getting ready here to hear a lot about the Mothman Festival locally. Well, at Bossard Library on June 28th at 6, again, we're going to welcome Seth Breedlove and Jeff Walmsley. Now, Jeff is the curator of the Mothman Museum in Point Pleasant here locally and founder of the local Mothman Festival, we know that. And Seth Breedlove is a film director, producer, and writer. So his production company is Small Town Monsters, and these films document exploring lost and bizarre history around the United States. And so certainly we think the Mothman would fall into that interesting category. So we'll welcome Seth and Jeff on June 28th for the program The Mothman Legend. And again, these type of programs are very, very popular in our local area. And not only that, just the whole legend of the Mothman and the history of that. I know the book, The Mothman Prophecies, has always been one that was difficult to keep on our shelves due to its popularity. So we have materials at Bossard Library that you could read up about the Mothman. And whether or not you believe in that, it's just an interesting part of local history. So again, free and open to the public. Mark your calendars now for June 28th, that evening at 6 p.m. for the Mothman Legend with Seth Breedlove and Jeff Walmsley. And there will be a question and answer period following that presentation, and also a copy of Jeff Walmsley's books and Seth Breedlove's documentaries. Those will be for sale that night. So those are great gifts or just something you might want for your personal collection as well. Continuing with our space theme, I kind of threw that Mothman one in there a little bit as an add-on, but continuing with our space theme, we all recognize the name Sally Ride and what she means to our space history in our country. And in 1983, she was aboard the Space Shuttle Challenger, and she became America's first female astronaut, also its youngest. And so we're going to welcome a living historian and Smithsonian scholar, Mary Ann Young, who will portray Sally Ride. And as you can see her here on the left is her portrayal. And we're going to have brunch that day with astronaut Sally Ride. Now, of course, we know that we lost Mrs. Ride several years ago, but we have a living historian and Smithsonian scholar who will come to portray Sally's life and chronicle her experiences in space, especially being the first female astronaut in space and all the things that she was able to experience from that point of view. So make sure, if you don't know a lot about Sally Ride, this would be a great time to learn about that. Or maybe you have heard the story and know a lot about that history, but you just want to see a living history presentation. I would liken this type of presentation to what you see at Ohio's Chautauqua, which we're always happy when we get back here in our area in the summertime. As we had last summer, I came on and talked with Dr. Richard Sachs about that, you might recall, last time. We had Chautauqua here in our area. So again, this Sally Ride presentation will be Mary Ann Young presenting the life of Sally Ride. So please make sure you mark your calendar for this program. That's more of a young adult program. We welcome children, but will be a living history lecture type presentation, okay? So very exciting there. And a little bit of trivia competition. Who wants to be an astronaut? So make sure that you are there for that as well. So it should be a very exciting program. We are very excited to present Space Camp for our youth this summer. And this will be on June 22nd. And we're going to welcome the Drake Planetarium, who will bring their mobile planetarium to the library. So if you and your family have never got to experience being in a planetarium, this will be a wonderful opportunity as it's coming right here to Galaxie County. We'll also welcome Magic Mirror, which will provide you the opportunity to have some really neat pictures taken with some space-related props. We're going to have a juggler, we'll have face painting, and I'm really excited to let you know that we'll have the Cincinnati Museum will be coming to Bossard Library with their inflatable solar system, and children will be able to use remote-controlled space shuttles to maneuver around the solar system. So it should be a lot of fun for kids, a lot of hands-on learning. We'll have experiments, we'll have treats for them, we have crafts, and we want to thank the Gallaudet Educational Service Center, who is partnering with us on this program. They've helped us provide some of the funding for this, so we're very appreciative to the Gallaudet ESC for that as well, partnering with the library to bring Space Camp to the children and youth of Galaxie County. And really all families, parents, grandparents, or maybe you don't have children, you just want to drop into the planetarium that day or see some of the performances we have on schedule, that's certainly acceptable that day as well. So some of that will be held outside and some inside as well. So lots of entertainment while learning at our Space Camp, June 22nd, coming up very soon here at the library. A few other things I wanted to share with you is that I've talked about this, and I'm very excited to remind you of this. We've talked about it in past episodes, but it's getting closer and closer now as I'm doing a lot of work for this at the time, as our space exhibit. Now, this space exhibit, this has been seen at the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum. I can't emphasize that enough. So we're bringing an exhibit to Galaxie County that's presented in collaboration with NASA, produced by Evergreen Exhibitions, but this is the exhibit that has been at the Smithsonian. So maybe you've never had the chance to go there yourself or take your children or grandchildren there. This would be an opportunity for you to see a Smithsonian quality exhibit right here in Galaxie County. So we welcome people from all over to come to see this exhibit. There will be no admission charge because your tax dollars fund these programs. So no admission charge. We already have lots of schools that have already booked field trips. Already schools maybe an hour or so out have already booked the buses to come to Galaxie County to see space. So for those educators listening out there, if you're an educator or you would like to relay to your child's teacher that this opportunity for a field trip exists, please do so. As right now we're already taking group reservations for space by calling the library. And that's 740-446-READ would be a way you could remember that. And again, groups can now book for the exhibit, and we already have several schools doing that. Now, you as an individual, as a family, yourself, August 5th is when we will open the online portal for you to make your free reservation to see space. Now, as you can see here from the graphic, Space, A Journey to Our Future, presented in collaboration with NASA, will be here from September 7th through January 5th. So you may recall that we had the Bodies Revealed exhibit here back in 2016. And I know we're all very busy, but we had a lot of local people that said, wow, I wanted to get to see Bodies Revealed and I just didn't make it. So please don't miss your chance to see our space exhibit, which will be here for about 4 months. Come multiple times if you'd like. Again, it's free admission. You can walk in, but that's first come, first serve. So if you want to guarantee your reserved spot, it's best to go online and make your free reservation starting August 5th. Again, unless you're a group or a school group, that kind of thing, we can go ahead and take those reservations now, and we welcome those. We have plenty of ample parking this go around, as we talked about our space exhibit that will require, have buses, tour buses such as that. So on a previous visit, I spoke to you about our parking lot renovation that we did. So we have that problem kind of resolved now, that we'll have more parking for you as you attend the space exhibit. So this space exhibit is very interactive. You'll be able to touch actual moon rock. You'll be able to ride on a centrifuge. There's just so many things you'll be able to do, and so much display. About 5,000 square feet is what you'll have access to through the space exhibit. So we're very excited to be able to bring that to you. So don't forget, September 7th through January 5th. We're also very pleased on September 24th. September 24th, we'll be able to bring astronaut Dr. Garrett Reisman to Galaxie County, and that will be something, he'll be visiting the local middle schools, and we're very appreciative of the Galaxie ESC for helping us sponsor that program as well. We'll actually be bringing an astronaut to Galaxie County. Now, Dr. Reisman has been on 3 missions. He's affiliated with SpaceX and currently a professor at USC. And so at the evening of September 24th at Galaxie Academy High School, the public's invited to attend his keynote presentation at 7 o'clock. So on a future visit, I will have more information about him. I just wanted you to be able to mark your calendars now for that. And again, the public is invited to attend that September 24th. Okay, a few things as I'm wrapping up today, as we are in those summer months, that the library provides you. Remember, if you're interested in going for a bike ride and maybe you don't own a bike or you don't have a way to haul your bike to the local bike path, please remember that with your library card, you can, if you're 18 or older, you can book a bike at Bossard Library. There is an agreement you'll sign, so on and so forth. And you can hit the bike trail very close proximity to the library's main parking lot on Spruce Street. Also, you may be gearing up for your family vacation. Remember to stop by the library to get all of your beach reads. We have popular bestsellers, nonfiction classics, magazines, and of course audiobooks that you can take along with you in the car. So you can pop a CD in, or maybe you want to sign up for Hoopla or Ohio Digital Library, where you can download digital content to take along on your vacation. So please remember, if you need any help with those digital platforms such as Hoopla or Ohio Digital Library, or any other questions you have about Bossard Library, please stop in the library at 7 Spruce Street, visit us online at bossardlibrary.org, or call the library at 740-446-READ. Thank you.